How can I create a zip, TGZ in Linux such that Windows has proper file names? Currently, tar zcfarch.tgz files / encodes file names in UTF, so Windows users see all characters spoiled in file names which are not English, and can do nothing with it. zipqq or arch.zip files / has the same behavior. How can I create a zip, TGZ archive so when Windows users extract it will have all file names encoded properly?
Currently, tar encodes file names in UTF. Actually, tar doesn't encode / decode file names at all, it simply copies them out of the file system as is. If your locale is UTF-8 based, as in many modern Linux distros, that'll be UTF-8. Unfortunately, the system code page of a Windows box is never UTF-8, so the names will always be mangled except on tools such as WinRAR that allow the charset use to be changed. So it is impossible to create a zip file with non-ASCII file names that work across different countries' releases of Windows and their built-in compressed folder support. It is a shortcoming of the tar and zip formats that there is no fixed or supplied encoding information, so non-ASCII characters will always be non-portable. If you need a non-ASCII archive format, you'll have to use one of the newer formats, such as recent 7Z or RAR. Unfortunately, these are still wonky. In 7-zip you need the MAQ switch, and RAR still won't use UTF-8 unless it detects characters not in the code page. Basically, it's a horrible mess, and if you can avoid distributing archives containing file names with non-ASCII characters, you'll be much better off.
Here is a simple Python script that I've written to unpack tar files from Unix on Windows. The problem, using in Linux the default tar, new tar, is solved. Adding the format equals POSIX parameter when creating the file. For example, tar format equals POSIX CF. In Windows, to extract the files, I use tar. In this URL it is written, since 2005. And GT, I read something in the changelog about UTF-8 being supported. What does and GT this mean? And GT, I found no way to create an archive that would be interchangeable. And GT, between different locales. When creating archives in POSIX.1 to 2001 format, tar format equals POSIX or format equals PAX, tar converts file names from the current locales to UTF-8 and then stores them in archive. When extracting, the reverse operation is performed. PS, instead of typing format equals POSIX you can type HPAX, which is shorter.
I believe you're running into problems with the zip container format itself. Tar may be suffering from the same problem. Use the 7zip.7z or rar.rar archive formats instead. Both are available for Windows and Linux. The P7zip software handles both formats. I just tested creating .7z, .rar, .zip, and .tar files on both WinXP and Debian 5, and the .7z and .rar files store/restore file names correctly while the .zip and .tar files don't. It doesn't matter which system is used to create the test archive.